going on, everybody? Lead Farmer 73 here. It's good to see y'all in here. So, what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna talk about. Let me get started first. Guava, guava. Everybody, welcome. Good evening. Yeah, it's evening now. Good evening. If you hear the lawnmower in the back, you already know what it is. We ain't gonna worry about that. For any trolls to come in the room, don't pay them no mind. Let them do what they do. They punched in to be trolls. Let them do their job. And we gonna get straight to talking about a question that keeps coming up in my comments, in my live streams, and everything. The question is, where do I get started in my self-sufficient journey? And I'm gonna tell you, I can't tell you what you should do. I'm gonna do a if it was me. If it was me. Now, how you doing, Yena? How you doing? If it was me, the first thing I would do to start getting prepared is number one and first and foremost, get as much knowledge as you possibly can. Hey, patients say, hey, old McMoney, get as much knowledge as you can. With that being said, how you doing, humble servant? With that being said, when you start getting knowledge, some people don't even know how to begin to start getting the knowledge that they need to do anything in their life. Like nothing. Like when people ask me, where do I start? And I give them an answer, they don't even know where to begin with the beginning. Okay? So I'm gonna get right into that. When I say get the knowledge to start your self-sufficient journey. Guava, everybody coming in the room. Get the knowledge. So where do you start with getting the knowledge? The first thing you need to know is yourself. All right? And that's, hold on. That's one of the biggest things for me, is know yourself. Some people are wandering through life right now, has no idea whatsoever on, they don't know who they are. And to me, that makes, I guess, my job a little more difficult, and it makes your job a little more difficult. People keep wondering, how do I start prepping? How do I start gardening? How do I start growing? How do I start preserving? How do I start? They're asking, which is normally a normal question, but these days in time, that's a more advanced question. And I've been studying on this a bit. You can't answer any of the questions at all if you don't even know who you are yourself. You know, I'm gonna touch on that before we get started here, because it's a bunch of stuff I want to show y'all today. I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible, but I don't think it's gonna be, because it's a lot of important, pretty cool stuff I'm gonna show you. Today's, I guess, society, you don't even know who you are. But then you'll go through life asking people what's the best thing for you. What's the best plan for you? What's the best, you can't even pick a doggone cell phone plan because you don't know who you are. You don't know what you're doing. People are in life right now just floating through life. And they're just they're like falling leaves in the river. They just going with the flow, and they're not trying to paddle to one side or another. They're not trying to get to a certain destination. People don't even have destinations anymore. They just go. And with the flow, you don't think about, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? People don't ask themselves that anymore. You know, when I was coming up, grown folks constantly asked you, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And give a detailed answer and a detailed description of where do you see yourself in 5 years. Not just, I plan on being rich. Grown folks in my community used to ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Right? And they would ask me, give me details. Give me a detailed description on where do you see yourself in 5 years. And you would have to give them a detailed description. And if it sounded bogus and bull, they would call you on it. People they don't ask each other these questions no more, right? They don't ask each other, where do you see yourself in 5 years? They don't ask you, what's your plans for the next 5 years? They don't ask you, do you plan on marrying this girl? And if so, when? What's your plans? Nobody got plans anymore. People just float through life, not even hoping for the best. They just float through life. So with all that being said, here's my thing. People right now see how serious it is to get prepared for people see themselves getting prepared for all of the things that's happening in life right now, reality, okay? And you don't even know where to start. You don't have a clue, because to me, the way I'm seeing it is, this new era, this new society does not have the foundational building blocks before they start building a structure of their life on it. They don't have the actual bare bones, basic, natural building blocks of anything before they start trying to build their lives up. So for me, I'm going to say this. This is for everybody. This is for everybody. And this is for anything that you plan on doing. It doesn't matter whether you're in this prepping thing, YouTube, social media, reality, real life, children, marriage, love, life, and relationship. This is a universal message to everybody. The first thing you need to know how to do before you move out into the world and try to figure out what the world wants you to do, because that's what you do when you go to college, you go everything, you go figure out what the world wants you to do. Before you go out into the world and before you make major decisions and figuring out what the world wants to turn you into, know yourself. Go find yourself first. Figure out who the heck you are before you go off trying to figure out major decisions, making major changes and decisions in your life. Figure out who the hell you are. It's a lot of people walking around today, you don't know who you are. For instance, I see people with tattoos that you wish you never had. Don't lie and say you don't, because I know you do, because I got them and I wish I'd never got some of mine. Because you don't know. You make emotional decisions right now. Well, you make major decisions off of your emotions right now. And that's the first way to mess your whole life up. And luckily, it's just a tattoo on my arm, and it's not a major decision I made in life, a financial decision, or well, some people is getting their body parts chopped off and changed into other things right now, right? And I kind of put that into the same category. I don't care how you feel right now. You're not going to feel that way in the future. They're getting parts rearranged on their bodies, and you feel like that right now. You're not going to feel like that you're not. You are not. The only thing you will do is make an excuse of why you still carry whatever burden that you did to yourself. Like this tattoo. If I had the money to remove this tattoo, as much as I love my wife and as much as I love nursing, I would remove this tattoo off my body. So we do everything out of emotion. And then how many people get into a bunch of different subjects throughout your life? You went to college for engineering, but you ended up being like a nurse or a mailman or something. You we don't know what we're doing. To me, if you want to make some major decisions in your life, I say figure out who the hell you are before you go to cutting on your body, before you start getting into certain relationships with certain people. Figure out who you are. Okay? It's so many people that make emotional decisions, major decisions on their emotions, and they regret it the very next day. So, with all of that being said, I'm going to say this. Where do you get started on your preparation journey, your self-sufficient journey, and everybody know the world is going haywire and you want to be ready for the next storm? Where do you start? I'm going to tell you where you start. You find out who you are, and then finding out who you are, you find out what kind of food you like. You find out your level of comfortability. Like, it's levels of comfort that people just cannot tolerate. You start figuring out all of your tolerances. For instance, people could keep talking about fasting. Fasting lets you know, can you handle being hungry for 3 or 4 days? Fasting lets you figure out, can you really be that hungry for 3 or 4 or 5 days? And you start figuring out stuff that you need to change in your life. Figuring out who you are. Start figuring out your health journey. Can you walk 8 miles? Can you walk 10 miles? Can you walk 4 miles? You start figuring out that the things that you never thought about, or the things that you thought you can do, you cannot do. You cannot accomplish. Because you're so busy floating through life, you're not paying attention and trying to figure out your tolerances. So, I'm going to say this. This is a universal starting point for self-sufficiency in any way. When I say this, nope, don't go out buying a whole bunch of hiking gear. Don't go out buying a whole bunch of preppers gear. Don't go out buying a whole bunch of stuff that you see us preppers and gardeners and stuff on social media with. Don't do that. Here's my question to you. This is the first question before the main universal question. What do you like to eat? Everybody, give me something. What do you like to eat? Everybody, you can answer. Figure out what you like to eat. Right? Fish, chicken wing. Okay, maybe I should have said it a little bit more specifically. What do you like to eat in the garden? No, we'll go with what y'all saying. Pizza, and I see a whole bunch of freaking nonsense, and tacos. Okay. Now, if that's your favorite food and that's what you like to eat, can you grow any of that? Can you raise any of that food? And can you turn any of that stuff into your favorite food? Like people saying pasta. What would you need to produce your own pasta? See? I'm glad y'all said all this stuff, because that just took me down another alley. It's perfect. If you like pizza, can you dry your own meats? Can you dehydrate your own meats and put them on, and then make grow wheat and break it down into flour for the dough? Can you grow tomatoes and break them down to make tomato sauce? And whatever else you like on your pizza. So your pepperonis, you're either gonna need some chicken, or you're gonna need some pork, or you're gonna need some beef. You like sausage on your pizza? Do you think you can end up raising hogs, pigs, pepperoni? Do you think you could raise cattle, beef, or chicken? Do you think you could raise chicken? Now, with raising all of that stuff, I need to be as direct. Hey, Grown with Hudson, I need to be as direct with y'all as possible, because if you do not think that you could do that, your favorite food is not gonna work, because in a bad situation, there will be no more pizza if you don't make it. So, my universal answer to your question is, uh, start a garden. Everybody, everybody, absolutely everybody, everybody. No matter what you, and you know what I see? I see a lot of preppers. That's why I be calling them cosplay preppers, because they think that all you gotta do is buy a bunch of gear and buy a bunch of crap, and that's going to get you through, like you freaking Batman. No. If you don't have any skills, all you're doing is prolonging the inevitable. You're going to perish. You got a backpack full of bullshit that runs out. Now, me and my wife was just talking today, and I just took her somewhere, and I had to repeat this because, baby, I love you if you're watching me. I had to repeat this because, boy, she hit home with this. In your bug out gear, your bug out food, she said, I say people should have about 90 days of food. This is from Lady Led. This is Lady Led's word. I wish she was here to tell you herself. 90 days of food. Why? I said, baby, why 90 days? You know, why not more? Why not less? She said, because 90 days, people should not just be collecting their food. They shouldn't be just storing food, okay? She said 90 days is the average grow time, or the average harvest time, for things that's going to keep you alive, and things that are sustainable, like lettuce, kale, all tomatoes. Think about this. She tore me up this morning with this. Tomatoes, kale, lettuce, all kind of greens that you can grow quickly in 90 days. Right? Hey, can you do me a favor and please don't talk in caps? Nobody, please don't talk in caps. I can see you, okay? Everybody, don't speak in caps, because I'll remove you. It throws everything off of me, okay? If you stored up 90 days worth of food, in 90 days, you should be able to harvest off of the small garden that you built, either indoor garden or outdoor garden, container garden or in-ground garden. 90 days, you should be self-sufficient. Okay, you good, David Jones? I don't understand the all cap thing that everybody does, but that it throws things off. 90 days is the perfect time that you should now, instead of keep on going, microgreens is one city prepper. Instead of you keep digging in your stash of your stored groceries that you done put away, your canned goods and everything, now you should be thinking about harvesting. Not just harvesting, because you know when you can food, when you pressure can food, when you dehydrate food, when you even freeze dry food, you lose a lot of nutrients in all of those. One is better than the other, but you lose all the nutrients from that you really need to keep you going. Or you could just have a whole jar full of empty calories, nothing in no calories, no nutrients, nothing, and people don't even realize you will perish from that too. Your belly will be full, but you might as well sat here and ate a damn handful of dirt, because there's nothing inside of this jar. Okay? So by the time you start reaching the bottom of your preps and your 90-day food supply, you should be in your garden now harvesting greens, lettuce, tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, you know, things that grow fast, squash. Um, I almost want to say a sugar baby watermelons. You should be able to produce enough food in that amount of time. Green onion. What's the one? My favorite onions that look like grass. Can't even think of it right now. But you understand what I'm saying. So with that being said, you need about 90. This is where you start. You start with gardening. And then you start collecting your things for your preps, your food stores, and your scallions. Thank you for that, Sam Whittle. In 90 days, you should, I didn't say grow everything. I ain't say corn and all that. Lettuce is going to give you something to eat in a couple of months, if less than that. Chives, that's another one too. It's chives. These are things that's going to feed you no matter what. Okay? So, that was Lady Led's word, and I said, baby, I got to say something about that today, because that right there is straight fire, straight truth when I had to drop her off. And if you have any says about that, man, let me know, because I think that's 100% right. I never had to worry about it because I have the best of both worlds. I got my preps, I got my things put away, and I also have the garden. Okay? Now, everybody keeps asking me, Led, where do I start in my self-sufficient prepping world? Where do I start? Know who you are. Find out what you like. Find out the things that you don't like. Find out your tolerances. How long can you go without food? How long can you go without water? How long can you handle any of this? So find your tolerances and prepare accordingly, and then start a garden. Start a garden in a bucket. Start a garden in the ground. Just start a garden. Start growing food. Start growing food in the house. Buy one of those indoor setups like I got. Do whatever you have to do and grow your food. That's number one. Once you start growing your food, duplicate your food. That's why we're here today. And this is what we're going to be doing. Today, I'm going to be showing you the outcome of that. And I do want to touch on one other thing too. I want to touch on something that a young lady said. I had to run her off because she was very disrespectful. But what she said was something that clearly a lot of other people might be thinking the same thing. Okay, and I'm going to touch on this. She said, Led Farmer, everybody can't do what you do. Led Farmer, everybody don't got sponsorships with all of these companies, so we don't get things for free. Led Farmer, we don't have the kind of money you have. Led Farmer, you talk like everybody got it like you. Led Farmer, you talk like, okay, y'all understand what I'm saying? So let me touch on something to not address, but let me educate this foolish young sister. Let me educate you, sister, because I'm sure you're watching me. You're an excuse maker and a fool. You're a fool, young lady. You understand me? And I'm going to tell you why. Your life probably sucks because you like it that way. Your life probably sucks because you make a lot of awful decisions. Your life probably sucks because you refuse to do exactly what you're supposed to be doing, because you'd rather be laid up with some bum that's going to knock you up full of babies and then turn around and go hunting after him for child support for the next 18 years. Young lady, you're a fool. And your lifestyle shows it, I'm sure. Now, let me correct you. I started from the bottom, just like you could be doing. How did companies reach out to me for sponsorships? Because those companies saw me online grinding. They reached out to me. Did they give me free products? Absolutely, yes, they did. Why did they do that? Because I was grinding and I was showing the world how to prepare themselves for another bad situation. How did that happen? Because I was growing my own food in my own garden. How else did that happen? Because I purchased my own home, because I fixed my financial standpoint, I fixed my own credit. Nobody did anything for me. Nobody but God. That's it. I didn't go to one of these credit fixer places, scams. No, I fixed my own credit by being diligent and paying my bills of what I was owed. Then turn around and I built my credit and I purchased my home. I purchased several homes. I purchased land. I purchased several parcels of land. And you can keep making, and everybody else can keep making up excuses why they suck and blame it on everybody else. For instance, if you never get out there, you'll never be jack. If you never step out on faith and go forward with what you're supposed to be doing, you will suck. I guarantee you will suck one way or the other, okay? If you're a good singer, if you're a good actor, if you don't get on the bus and go to Hollywood to find out who else thinks you're a good actor or a good singer, you will never ever be a famous actor or singer. If you don't quit your job, buy a bus ticket, and go see who else thinks you're a good singer, a good rapper, a good artist, a good actor, you have to take the chance. Let me tell you something else with that. You work at the Waffle House. You work at Walmart. If you quit, you can get the job back. I didn't say quit and give everybody the finger and tell them to go all to hell with gasoline on they, no. Step out on faith. Do it properly. Do it in order. Be respectful. Leave. Go try your hand at reality. Come back. If it fails, come back. Oh, I ain't say don't try it again. Try it again. Okay? So I had to let this young lady know, because this ain't the first time I've heard that nonsense. You suck because that's your fault. Don't blame that on there. Guess what? I could be in a movie standing right next to Denzel Washington. And look, I could be getting paid just as much as him. I could be standing in a movie, a blockbuster hit, with him. Why am I not standing in a movie next to Denzel Washington right now? It ain't because I'm not a good enough actor, because I will never know. It's not because I'm not funny enough, because I would never know. The only reason I'm not standing next to Denzel in his next summer blockbuster hit is because I've never been to Hollywood to even apply for the freaking job. So I will never know, right? So stop. I can't start making excuses why I'm not that. You're a fool when you do that. You're making excuses because you didn't want to put in the hard work to get yourself together. Stop making people make too many excuses, and they wander through this life getting screwed and boo-hooed, and then turn around and want to point the finger and blame it on somebody else. What, you living good? I should be living good. You ain't putting no work. You ain't putting no work. How many people know people to say, man, I don't know what she doing with him. Her husband fine. She ugly in a baby toenail. Think about it. She ugly in a baby toenail. I don't know what he see in her. Why is he with her? Or why is why is she with him? This dude, his whole body is just a pile of back hair. Why is she with him? I'm going to tell you why. Because he asked. Because he asked her. You didn't. He got the balls to go over to her and say, how you doing? My name is Led. What's your name? When your spooky, scary ass is sitting in the background thinking that she just so fine she can't be approached, don't even know. Everybody thinks that way, so that's why she's lonely. That's why she's alone, because everybody thinks she's so fine that they're scared to approach her. And all she's been waiting for is somebody like this dude to come and be kind and be respectful and ask her what's her name. He put in the work. And then you got people, why is he with him? Why is he from him? He ain't got nothing, no, he ain't, what he got that I ain't got? Nothing but balls. What she got that I ain't got? Nothing but balls to step into the arena and put up the fight. You might get knocked out, but you might leave out of the ring with the belt. Nobody want to hear that though, right? Nobody want to hear that. So, today, I'm going to show y'all, before we leave, the results of this tree. This is the second run. I'm going to chop this whole tree down to here. Those are ready now. We're going to pop those up. And I'm also going to show you a couple of things we're going to eat right here at Easley Island. Just to show you, I've been putting in work for years. I've owned this home for 15 years. And before I moved my furniture into this house, I planted my trees. My wife right now will tell you, before we moved furniture into this home, the very first thing I brought to this home was my trees and my plants. And the first thing I did was put them in the ground. Everybody, the first thing they do is go to one of these furniture stores and pick out a bunch of damn furniture. You need to put food on your land before you start putting furniture in your home. But then they come back and tell me, everybody can't do it like you, Led. Everybody, yes, you can. You just don't want to put in the work. And here's the other thing. After you put in work, you got to keep putting in work. And after you put in that work, it takes time, nurturing, care. So when people come at me and tell me everybody ain't got it like me, you could, but you don't want, you too scary. You too scared of hearing what everybody else got to say about what you do and how you do it. Everybody, what I tell you, floating through life, through society, and you want to hear something else about that? You so worried about what the hell everybody else think of you that you'll never accomplish anything. You so worried about what the hell everybody else in this society think about you, you won't stop no food. You so worried about what your family and your friends gonna say about you that you won't put up no prepper gear. You won't put away no food. You won't start no garden. You won't do nothing that you won't fix your credit. You won't purchase no home. You won't buy no land. And all why? Because you too worried about what the hell somebody else gonna say about you. I'm gonna tell you this. When I left Ohio, you know how many people called me a fool for moving to the South and starting a farm? Listen, I'm from the hood. So all of this sounds crazy from coming up from up north. This sounds insane. I'm moving to the deep South, and I'm gonna buy me and my family some land. I'm gonna take my kids up out of school and move us all down here. I'm gonna quit my high-paying job, and we're leaving. And we're going to start raising chickens and citrus fruit and apples and pears and plums. And everybody from where I was thought I was having a midlife crisis. They thought I had really, truly lost my mind. At the time, I think back then I was making close to $30 an hour, something like that. That was, say, 20 years ago, though. 20 years ago, $30 an hour. You gonna quit this job to do what? Go to the deep South and start a farm, raise chickens and fruit trees and plant a garden. Listen, You know how many people try to talk me out of it? It got so bad, I stopped telling people what I was going to do because I knew I was going to start hearing the same song and dance again. Well, you know what they was going to do? Man, you crazy. Man, you stupid. Man, you sound crazy. What you been drinking? What you been smoking? I got tired of hearing that, so I stopped telling everybody my plan. And when I did it and just left in the middle of the night, nobody knew I was gone. My cousin said, "Hey, dude, where you at?" I said, "I'm down here in South Carolina." "Dude, you playing, man. I thought you was playing." I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not about to sit up here and stand around the damn corner store drinking 40 ounces for the rest of my life. Man, I got gray hairs on my balls. Man, it's time to go. It's time to do something else. Period. Look, man, you start looking under your armpit and looking down at your genitalia, and you start seeing gray hair. Let me give you a little a life lesson real quick. You know what your gray hair is? Your gray hair. Everybody keep trying to dye their gray hair, right? Stop it. Stop it. Stop trying to dye your gray hair so you can look younger. Because all you doing when you dye your gray hair is putting a cover or putting your hand over your doggone internal time clock. Nah, I ain't even going to talk about wisdom because gray hair don't always mean nothing got to do with no wisdom. That gray hair is a reminder that you don't got long here. And every time you cover it up, you keep thinking that 60 is the new 20, and you lying to yourself just like you keep lying to yourself and saying, well, I got to be to work by 7, but I got about 15 more minutes. If you don't look at the clock, you don't know if you got 15 more minutes before you need to leave out for work, do you? If you never look at the clock, and you keep telling yourself in your head, I'm going to lay back down, I got about 15 more minutes. I'm going to lay back down, I think I got about 15. You think you got 15 more minutes left until you wake up and you an hour and a half late, and then you scrambling through life you going in the bathroom, you ain't even washing up or nothing. You ain't even brushing your teeth. You just swallowed some toothpaste and left the house. Stinking, crotch all rusty. You know what it is. My gray hair is like the sands of time for me. It's to remind me constantly of, man, be on your grown man-ish. Wake up. Wake up. This is that grown man where it's like, listen, man, okay, it's all gray now, bro. Purchase some land because this is telling me you running out of time. And I've been gray. See that? My birthmark? That's been there my whole life. So this birthmark right there, even with gray hair, you can still see it, has been telling me, do the best you can do with the time that I just gave you. Do the best you can do with the time I just gave you. Because I was born knowing I don't have much time. As I got older and a teenager, met my wife and everything else, look, man, I was always gray. Let me know, man, get in the game and get your job done. Don't be wasting no damn time with people. Don't be wasting. So I don't cover mine up because every day I look in the mirror and brush my teeth and brush my hair. It's a reminder of don't be bullshitting today. Get on your grind. Stay on your grind. Don't waste time. People that cause nonsense and chaos and mayhem and mischief, stay away from them. You do not have time to play games with them people because those are the people that's going through life bullshitting their way through. They'll never accomplish anything, and if they do, it will not be permanent. It will be temporary. So, with all that being said, let's stop wasting time and let me show you exactly what we're about to accomplish, okay? I just really had to address that silly young lady, and it's not just her because I'm not addressing her personally. I'm addressing everybody with that silly mindset way of thinking of everybody else got it going on and you don't because the man in the system is against you. You against your own self. You against yourself. You know you smart, but you won't go to college and apply yourself. You know you smart, but you won't step out on faith and start your own business. You know you smart, you know you crafty, but you scared of the consequences as if you fail at starting your own business and your own entrepreneurship. You scared. And people that scared make excuses. Don't be mad at me because I don't. Don't be mad at me because I ain't scared. And don't be mad at me because I'm constantly stepping out on faith. And don't be mad at me for succeeding in things that you could have succeeded at. You see how I said that? I didn't say you didn't succeed. I said things that you couldn't or you didn't succeed at because you didn't apply yourself and you didn't even try. Let's get right into this. So the first thing we doing today is we taking these off. I'm about to show you all these roots, and then we gonna eat some fruit in this mug. Stick around. I'm gonna show you if you apply yourself and take a couple of dollars, you can go ahead and get ready for the next doggone storm. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how. Okay? Do I got any questions? And people think you can't lose no weight. People think that you're gonna be big all your life. You're gonna be unhealthy all your life. And I'm here to tell you you're right. If you don't apply yourself and at least freaking try, you will be fat all your life. If you don't try, you don't exercise, and you don't get up off the couch watching the nonsense that they keep you distracted with, you will stay unhealthy your whole life. Get up and go do something. Stop running to the fast food place. Go, I'm not saying don't eat. Go make your own food. And while you making your own food, read on the back of every ingredient that you purchase. On the back of every ingredient, there is nothing more mind-blowing than reading the back of everything that you put in your body. That's one of the most disturbing things you will ever do. If you cannot pronounce everything that you can't pronounce, this is what I just started doing. Everything that I cannot pronounce or I do not know what it means, I Google it. I always tell y'all to Google stuff. I start Googling it. What the hell? I'm going to say this. 2/3 of the stuff that you can purchase out of the store legally to eat and feed your children, and feed you, is literally poison. It's literally monocroloclate and flip the top to ping pong and all these crazy names. If you Google this shit, okay, this is what they kill rats with. This is what's in your antifreeze. This is part of the stuff they put in engine oil to keep it going. If you read the back of the label and Google every freaking word that you don't know what it means or you can't pronounce it, I guarantee it's poison. They have even gotten smart and start making up new words for sugar. Sugar, in a lot of ways, is poison. But once we start figuring out sugar is poison and sugar will destroy you from the inside out, they said, we can't keep calling it sugar. We can't keep calling it that. We got to come up with something else. Sucrose, sucralose, and all of these oses and floses, and these are the things you turn around something that has no idea. A package of meat. Why does this have sugar in it? Why this is a piece of 100% grass-fed beef? Why does it have sugar in this steak? Look at the outside of the capsules on your, just say your pain pills for your average over-the-counter, like headache medicine and stuff. Go look. Go look what they make the pills, what is those? The capsules out of. It'll blow your mind. Yet it's legal and only here in America. It's legal only in America. Every other country is like, we ain't giving that to our people. You might as well set them in front of a doggone firing squad. Okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do, y'all, I'm gonna take y'all with me. Let me get my buckets right. I put a little sand in this because I had some left over from the water filter. I'm gonna start right there, just like that. I'm gonna bring y'all with me. Well, let me get all these buckets ready. I'm gonna get all these buckets ready because they ready to go. And see that? See the work I'm putting in? She ain't doing that. You know what she's doing? She's watching me. So she can complain about why her life suck again. Everybody ain't got money like you. That's because you ain't out getting it. It ain't because you can't. Say, check my chili dogs the other day. No roots for about 6 or 7 weeks. Is it too early? I don't know. You just got to be patient. Just got to be patient. It's not perfect. No, no, no. Come here. Come here. Because you about to do some strange stuff. Come on. Hold on, y'all. I see you. I see you acting up. Okay. All right, my bad. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna. Why is that tripping? What the hell? Can y'all see okay? Everybody can see? Can everybody see me okay? Thank you. All right, let's get right into it. Roots growing all up the tree under the foil. See that? Then that's the bag full of roots. This is what you're looking for. I don't want them all to die. So that's good right there. Here. All right. So now here comes the butchering. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back y'all up. Let's look at all of them first so we know what we're working with. More roots around the foil. Roots in the bag. And it's pretty much gonna be the same here. Roots in the bag on the foil. Y'all see that? Guaranteed every freaking time. All you gotta do is be patient. Be patient, okay? So I'm going to back this up and I'm gonna show you from a long distance of me chopping these off because I need room, because this is how big this tree is. That's the top of my garage. Okay, so hang tight. We're about to get this down and then we'll go from there. Silky soft. I want to show y'all one more thing though, okay? Everybody keep wondering, Lead, will the tree be okay after you cut it? Do you see underneath the actual chili dog bag that it started growing new branches? Can everybody see that? On every last one of them, it has started growing new branches because it know that's about to come off. That part is dead. Every branch. See that? So those will be, those new branches, all of those will be this big next summer. I had to show y'all that first, so that could answer a question. Okay, let's get it. This whole thing, I'm gonna set this over here. Take this one. This whole thing, I'm gonna set this over here. And now we getting that. And this whole thing. We're gonna set this down, then I'm gonna show you. This is what we're doing. You got 3 huge trees that will cost you over $100. Each one of these is over 6 feet tall. That fig tree for a Chicago hardy fig will cost you over $120 easy. What did we do? We turned one tree, that one, into 3 more trees. The tree behind us is going to, let me get this up. Okay, this tree, this stub, is going to grow back and give us more fruit and do everything it just did because it put on that much growth in this year alone. That is going to do this all over again, and it's going to keep doing it forever. Okay? So all we're going to do is take these trees. We're going to take each one of these trees. We're going to pot them up, and I'm going to take them to Freedom Acres. Everybody is wondering what happened to the trees from the last set, right here. The leaves will die. Don't worry about that. But all of those trees here are healthy and good to go. All of those are going to Freedom Acres. I left them here because I was waiting until I got these last 3, and I'm taking them all to Freedom Acres. Don't worry about the leaves dying. That's fine. Remember I told y'all about, for instance, remember I told you guys about when I took that fig that grew from a seed that I still have yet to name, and I dug it up and I changed it. Do you put anything on the main tree to heal? No, leave it alone. It'll heal itself. Don't step in the way of nature with this. You can do whatever you want to. I don't, okay? I've tried that years ago, and all I found out was you make the tree look really weird because it don't heal back right when you start putting a whole bunch of crap on it. So the fig tree that we dug up from the backyard that was grown from seed that some animal must have put down, how is it doing right now? All of this is update. How is that tree doing before we pot these up? I'm gonna show you. This is how that tree is doing. This is the tree that I planted, remember? And all the leaves fell off. Every leaf fell off of that. That's the one that grew from seed. And I dug it up from the backyard, back porch. The video is up. This is it. What did I tell you? I told you all the leaves are gonna fall off, and then it's gonna grow back, and that's it. And everybody said, no, you're going to kill it. I done this hundreds of times, and people keep telling me what I already know. And I keep trying to tell them I'm not trying to be a smart ass. I'm trying to tell you I know how this works. I don't know another way to say it. I've watched this happen literally hundreds of times. Go back and look at any of my videos now. I'm proving it for years. I'm not proving it one time. Everything I do, I prove it for years because I do it year after year after year after year. Okay, every year. So, with that being said, what are we going to do now? We're going to pot these up, and then I'm going to show you some food. So, let's get to that. I'm looking at questions, too, while I'm doing this, okay? To the best of my ability. So, my next move is I'm going to cut this bag off. No particular way. Not trying to be cute with it. See that? I'm going to show you in a second. Nothing cute about it. See that? And all I'm going to do, I got a little soil in there. I'm going to stick that right down in there. As straight up as possible. Your roots ain't got to be straight, but you want your tree as straight as possible. Don't worry about coming up too high because this is a air layer, so it's not like you got a grafted situation. Now I'm going to fill the rest of that up with more soil. This is a big tree. Don't mash right down in the middle of it. Mash around the sides. Mashing straight down here will knock the roots off. I'm gonna leave this lip so water can collect there. We are done. All I'm gonna do now is water this in. That's it. So now I want you to see how big this tree is. This is what we're looking like. $100 tree all day. $100 tree. Okay? So I'm gonna hurry up and do the next two, and then I'm gonna go show you some food. Okay? Y'all see that okay? Okay. Look at this. Boom. It's all good. Any questions so far? I know this look crazy, but look. How long will you keep the trees in pots? Till next spring. You can plant them in the ground right now if you want to. You don't got to put them in pots. But I'm putting them in containers because I'm taking them to my land. Okay, I got one more. I'm running out of soil. Okay. Okay. So now you can see the finished result. 3 giant trees taller than I am, and I got 4 more over here. So that's 7 trees, not plants. Each and every last one of them will give me fruit in the spring. Each and every last one of these seven trees will give me fruit in the spring as much as that big one did this year. So I've turned a single harvest into 7 different harvests of the same caliber. Because you saw the tree that we cut it off of, the branches were only that big, right? So those branches gotta grow, and as those branches grow, the fruit is in the armpits of the fig tree. Those are already established. So those are gonna get bigger, the root system is gonna go out, and then it's gonna turn around and give you just as much fruit. These may put out even more fruit than the main tree that we got these air layers off of. Okay? Any questions? Let me see how far we in. Good. Okay. Okay. Let's get some food. I'm gonna water these in later. But right now, let's eat. I wanna show you something. Okay? Come on. Y'all down? Any questions about this yet at all? Any questions? The biggest thing with doing this is being patient, and that's why, no, it's not the same process as grafting. This is being patient. You have to be patient. That's why I did it like this. That's why I put the foil over the top, so you can keep coming back and look inside. Just be patient, okay? So with no questions, it don't matter what soil type. It don't even matter. Okay, let's get right into it. No questions. Let's eat. We're gonna grab one thing and then I'm gonna show you something. This is our work. For the young lady that stated everybody ain't got it like me because she don't want to put in no. Okay, this is Old Lemon Lane. It has not been dealt with. I have not cut the grass or anything because I'm having poison ivy removed, and since the hurricane, that had to be put on hold. But while this area is overgrown with grass, yes, you can do the same with lemon trees. Let me show you something. Hold on, let me get my Wi-Fi. Okay, can y'all see that okay? Do you see? Everybody see that all right? Everybody see this okay? Everybody see that all right? Everybody see this okay? Good. You see that still got a little green on it? Okay. Your oranges are done. Even with this hint of green still on it, it's done. That's what that is. Okay? I'm doing this for the young lady that said everybody don't got it like you, led. Young lady, and for anybody else with that nonsensical talk, the only reason you don't have it like me is because you will not apply yourself. I do not have anything that you cannot obtain for free. I do not have anything that you cannot obtain. I am not a rock star. I'm not a Hollywood celebrity. I'm a normal dude living in a normal neighborhood. I have not obtained anything that you cannot obtain. Now, what you can't see is all of these trees are loaded with oranges because they're mixed in with the grass. So I have enough fruit to eat, to give away, and to sell. Led, everybody ain't got it like you. That's because you didn't apply yourself. You didn't make it so you can sell fruit and make money. See, everybody think this, I don't like eating peaches. You don't have to. How about grow the damn peaches and sell them? Use your freaking head. you're not an entrepreneur and you're not a business owner, it's because sometimes people just ain't smart enough. Now, they're real smart when it comes to doing nonsense. Like I said, you can't see everything because of the grass. Can y'all see that okay? This tree is that loaded with fruit. Can y'all see that? Okay? That one, that one, that one, that one, this one, same thing all the way around. If I cut the grass, this will look like freaking Christmas trees. Okay? Are we done? No. Let's come over here and talk about it again. And then we're gonna head to the back. No, let's just head to the back. Y'all ready? Let's go. Hold on a minute. Before you start storing your food, you need to be growing your food. Grow your own, eat your own. I've been telling y'all this for over 10, 15 years. Pecans, peaches, plums, apricots, lemons, limes, grapefruits, pomelos, persimmon, honey. There's no excuse. Beehives popping. This is one of my favorites. Pan persimmon, and it's loaded to the point that the branches are leaning. You see that? Okay. Let's keep it going. My grass back here does need to be cut on the island. Now here's the bad news of, let me show y'all. This is what the storm did. This is what the storm did. It broke my persimmon tree Rasputia, and I have to deal with this. I don't know if I'm gonna cut it. I'm definitely gonna have pieces to share, but this happened. This would happen in the hurricane. So, bring this down a little bit so you can get a little bit more understanding. Tree is not dead, it's perfectly alive, but I have to deal with the aftermath and make the best decisions for the tree so it doesn't continue to rot. I could leave it like that, it would heal over, but all of the fruit is on the ground. But again, there are hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of fruit here. Can y'all see that okay? Yeah. Hundreds, hundreds, hundreds of fruit. And they're all around this gigantic tree. You can see them all inside of the tree, all under. You can see this tree loaded with fruit, the broken part and the non-broken part. Okay. Look, I'm literally stepping on food right here. Look, I'm stepping on it. So this is going to be an early harvest season. Was everybody able to see everything? I buffered. I believe it. Now, I will not be consuming a lot of these this year. Persimmons. Persimmons are ultra super sweet. They are so sweet and so sugary, they are like candy. I don't know if you've ever had a persimmon, a Japanese fuyu persimmon. Uh, for moles and stuff like that and gophers, please call a professional. Don't keep trying to do that yourself. You'll just run yourself ragged. Okay? I'm going to be selling my persimmons this year. And there's a reason why I'm gonna be selling my persimmons. We're going to put it up on our website at easilygrowngarden.com. The reason is because I cannot consume this much sugar, and I have not purchased my freeze dryer yet, and dehydrating takes entirely too long. Canning them does not leave it the way I want them to taste. So this year, you see, I got plenty of fruit. So I will be selling this off, and the money will go to helping me fix everything that was damaged over the hurricane. So there you go. But for those that don't know, and those that are wondering about a persimmon and you've never had one, this is a fuyu persimmon, Asian persimmon, okay? It might have seeds, it might not. Okay, this one does not. Okay? It's sweet as candy. And I have brought my sugar intake down to almost zero. So I'm trying not to eat too much sugary sweet stuff. But that's how much fruit I got. There, the one in the back. This one. Come on. I'm not sure what's going on. Hold on. Let me get this out of my pocket. Y'all see me okay? Okay. So, what did I just do? I'll tell you. Okay? All right. Well, I won't call it free food because I worked hard for it. But this is what I want y'all to know. If you don't ever start, you will never get any of this. And all you will do is look at other people and complain about what you aren't doing. Because every time you look at somebody else and see what they have, I want you to remind yourself, now think of that on a bad way, you thinking of it in a bad way, when you see somebody else with something, when they purchase land, when they growing fruit trees, when they have a garden, when they own a home. Okay, I want you to Go ahead, do it in your haterade way of saying what you ain't gotten because they got it and it's unfair. But I want you to also look at it like this. I want you to think about what work did they put in to accomplish it. Because if it was given to them, that's one thing, okay? That's the spoon in the mouth thing. But if somebody been grinding their whole life to get to that point, shh, keep your mouth shut. See, we look at people that have accomplished things, and the first thing we say, oh, they did it. Your mouth do all this. You never ask the question, how did they get there? How can I achieve that? So I don't listen to people with all that whiny, crybaby, grown-ass man, baby. Just keep it to yourself. You're wasting your time. This is food that you can have in your yard in a couple of years if you put the work in now. Buy the tree, start the garden, get the containers, and start the work now. A couple years, you'll be making a video like this. I can't have too many of these. But besides a mango, this is one of my favorite fruits. Any question? And see, people think, somebody said living like a king. Let me tell you something. Some people think being rich has everything to do with money. That's not it. The people, the people that think being rich is about how much money you have in your bank account are fools. You're a fool. If everybody didn't hear me before, I said go to my website, easilygrowngarden.com/product. It's not there yet. You gotta wait. Give me a few days to post it, because I still gotta harvest this stuff. Okay? In the Midwest, the only thing you can grow is the native persimmon that is not like this. So, any question? Y'all see I got my 55-gallon drum here. I'm about to make my big water filter. Everybody keep thinking that having all this cash in your bank account is the richest. And I'm here to tell you for a fact what I've seen with my own eyes. People that usually have tons of money like that, and they're in the limelight, and they're in the stardom, and those usually be the loneliest, brokest people you have ever seen or met in your life. Money only fulfills certain desires. It does it quickly. The more money you have, the faster you can fulfill your desires. And I'm gonna tell you something about cash. Cash usually makes you make dumb decisions, because if you got a lot of it, you start buying all kind of stuff that has nothing to do with anything. When you got to work towards something, like fruit, for instance, like fruit on a tree. You know, if you don't feed this tree, if you don't water this tree, if you don't tend to this tree, if you don't nurture and care for this tree, if you don't protect this tree will not feed you. You have to put in the work. Cash ain't like that. Cash will give you your every desire quick, make you make dumb decisions. When you have to think, like growing a tree, a fruit tree, or a garden, you have to think. You constantly have to think. You have to be in tune with your environment. You have to be in tune with the weather. You have to be in tune with the planet. Okay? If you're not, you'll fail. So with cash, don't work that way. Okay, so let me answer a couple of these questions I'm getting. I thought I had my glasses on me. I guess I don't. So I'm gonna be looking up real close in y'all face for a minute. All right, what's the question? Best foods to start. What foods do you eat, Memphis? What best food? This whole video, you missed the whole beginning of this video. Okay, I gave you the answer to that. The best foods to eat as a beginner. Go back to the beginning of the video if you would, please. I just told you. If you don't if you don't know the best foods to grow for you, you don't know who you are. Okay? I mean it. If you don't know what kind of food you want to eat, you don't even know who you are. You probably don't know what color socks you put on this morning. Please stop talking in caps, okay? Do my fruit have seeds? Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them were cross-pollinated, some of them weren't. I ate one the other day and spit out about 10 seeds. Can you air layer and overwinter? You can, and it's possible. I've done it. I will never do it again though. It's a waste of time, and it's sometimes it's not successful. No, I do not sell seeds. I'm taking questions, y'all. Taking questions for about 2 more minutes. Please don't. Oh, any questions? And we can get out of here. No? Are acorn trees good to grow? Do you eat acorns? I don't even know how to pronounce your name, but do you eat acorns? What can we buy? When can we buy the fruit? I'll let you know, okay? I just wanted to announce it right now, but I'll let you know. This is serious because this ain't a manufacturing place. I'm be pulling these off my own tree. So if I got 400 orders and I'm here by myself pulling all these fruit off it, I don't work like that. I like to give people stuff when I have it instead of make a bunch of promises. My Meyer lemon is turning yellow. Should I put chicken compost around it? Why would they be good for the land, my friend? You said you thought they would be good for the land. Why? Just a question to you because of the question to me. I'm trying to figure out your logic, okay? You just picked acorns out of the blue, and I'm trying to figure out your logic. Why would they be good for your land? Yes, I do have loquat trees. They're actually in bloom right now, actually. Can you take cutting from an air layer if your air layer is too big to transport? That's a physical question, meaning if you're not strong enough to transport it, that's gave you your answer right now. Your cutting can be as big as you need it to, as big as you can transport. That's a physical question that I can't answer. I can't speak for your strengths. I've tried soursop. They just don't do well here, not even indoors. What's the best way to fertilize peach trees? I can't answer that for you because it's so many different ways. I throw compost on all of mine that I've made. I'm looking for questions, like real questions. Why does it seem like we have to talk in code when it comes to this? It doesn't anymore. I'm gonna leave this with all new content creators. I'm gonna leave this with all content creators. When you have people in your chat and they want you to cross the line constantly, what they're asking you to do is be disrespectful enough or non-informed enough to ruin your platform, to appease them. So what I'm asking is, don't you don't have to satisfy everybody. If people don't understand what you're saying when you're saying it, your message is not for them. If I start talking in code, I'm speaking to people with an ear to hear. I'm not speaking to foolish people. I'm speaking to serious people. I'm speaking to people that want to accomplish something. And if you don't understand my words, my message is not for you. Okay. So with that being said, I hope this helped the people that it could help. And the people that didn't, I'm sorry. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get off. No, I will not trim any branches off the new fig trees. I'm going to let them sit just like this, and I'm going to let the leaves fall off, and the leaves will come back, and the root structure is going to grow like crazy. In the spring, that whole 5-gallon bucket will be full of roots, the entire thing. Okay? So, with that being said, family, it's literally that simple. Look, all we got now is a little stump with little leaves on it, a couple little baby branches. I want y'all to get a good look at that because watch what it do next year. That same tree I'm gonna show you next spring, and you won't believe it. Okay, so there is no list of there is no list of fruit to purchase. We don't operate like that. That I'm not a nursery. I'm not this. I'm basically sharing my food with other people because I cannot eat it all, and I cannot store it all. Not this year. How many people have started storing food after this storm? And how many people have not? If you have not started storing food, if you have not started storing food, the only question I'm going to ask you, and I ask you to ask yourself, is why? Why? You do not have to. I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to have a video out either later tonight or tomorrow, depending on how much time I got. I want to show y'all something. For the people to say, I don't know how to can, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that, I'm going to show you something. Just Rainy Wheezy or whatever your name is, just don't even worry about it. It's not that serious. I'm not a salesman. I put things on my website when I do sell something. I'm not Walmart and I'm not Amazon. I need people to truly understand that. There's not stuff, I don't have a store. Okay, when I have extra, I share it with my community. What you mean a selection of fruits? Why don't you live on your land? Who says I don't? That's a good question. Somebody just asked me, why don't I live on my land? Who says I don't? Because you always see me at this house on social media. Anybody want to answer that? I keep getting that question a lot. I keep getting the question of why don't I live on my land and why don't I show my land anymore? Who says I don't? Because you don't see it on because you let me tell y'all something about a misconception that's happening here on social media that drives me insane. Y'all believe anything y'all see. And then when you don't see it, you don't believe it either. You think some let me throw this in there. Somebody thought I wasn't married or I've been lying about my marriage to Lady Lead because you never see her. I can't make this up. I have had about 10 people ask me in the comments in some of these videos, where is his wife he always talks about? I don't think he's married. I can't make this up. Last year, last year, there was a rumor going around YouTube platform that I was divorced. My wife put me out and I was living on Freedom Acres and she got this house. And the whole reason that I was living there is because we had got a divorce. Now that hit me about 4 different times and I heard 4 different stories or more. And I just thought to myself, what the hell is wrong with y'all, man? Stop, can y'all stop speaking in caps, please? Please stop speaking in all caps. Say, I was curious, lots of people don't live on their farm. That's all I was like. No, I'm not getting on you, Wanda. Wanda Hill, I'm not getting on you. I'm not getting on you. I'm not getting on you at all. I just use that question to help with a bunch of other questions. Listen, Once this camera go off, all kind of stuff happens that you wouldn't have no, people wouldn't have no idea about. Wouldn't have no idea. I don't just sit here all day, wait till this camera turn on to entertain the world. I got a whole life. I just thought I'd share it with you, make a couple nickels out of it. I don't know, people want the camera posted up in the corner of every room. This ain't that show Big Brother or MTV. Remember the house, MTV house where all the kids lived in the damn house? Or I don't understand what people be looking for. I'm not gonna show you my every. People listen. If I put a camera in my bathroom and was taking a constipated dump, people will want to see it. They would stay and watch it and discuss every factor of my bowel movement. Girl, he's straining too hard. Ooh, he gonna have a heart attack sitting there trying to crank that soldier boy out. You, he better take it easy. I told you he need to have some laxative. Look, my grandmama used to give us some castor oil, and he there to get it out. People will have a whole episode of why I can or cannot have a proper bowel movement, and they will stick around and watch it. I see people online do this type of stuff. Listen, you think I'm lying about it? Girl, he got a whole muscle coming out the side of his head. He's straining too hard. He gonna have a cardiac arrest. Listen, I thought watching people eat was bad. How many people seen the thing of people sleep? Do you know? I don't know what you call them. Please stop speaking in caps, please. Do you know? What is that called? I know the other one is called mukbang. What is the other one? Sleep bang? Watching people MF and sleep through the night. Have y'all heard of that? All that ASMR stuff. Achoo! 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 Man, I keep telling y'all I'm on the wrong planet. I'm on the wrong timeline. I must have been running with the Flash and we ended up on the wrong timeline or something. Somebody do me a favor and call Thanos for me. I'm done. This world too much for me, man. I ain't gonna lie about it. Somebody call Thanos. How many more jewels do we need to go in that glove? The gauntlet. How many more jewels do we need? I'll get them for him. I'm like a good guy gone bad. I'm a good guy gone rogue. Man, I'm helping Thanos. You know what I'm saying? I done got to that point. Man, I just don't understand, man. People make millions of dollars for doing this. And have a microphone in their nose and breathing it. You got a microphone inside your nose and you're gonna breathe in it for the next 35 minutes. And you're going to have people watch you breathe. Thanos. Remember how the Fonz used to do like that and the music would stop? That's Thanos. Thanos is really the Fonz in the future. Thanos is the futuristic Fonzarelli, Arthur Fonzarelli. He make the music stop. That's what I'm gonna say. Thanos is the new Fonz. Make the music stop on this machine. Please, I've had enough. I feel like this planet and the people in this society is like one of those carnival rides they got stuck on. It's stuck. And the dude can't shut it off. So even though you supposed to go around the Wonder Wheel like 5 times in this stop, this is our 100th rotation, and people starting to get sick and puke on each other and stuff. That's this world, man. You can see that every time you come around like this, you see the dudes over there panicking, trying to cut the machine off, trying to pull the plug and everything. It's lost. And you can see that people is just lost, man. I'm gonna tell you this. It's something to be lost. It's one thing to be lost. It's a whole nother to watch those that are lost. That's my word. It's sobering. To be lost, you don't have a clue what you're doing wrong. To be lost, you don't mind that you're going down the wrong path. To be lost and ignorant in your own world, you feel like nothing can stop you. But to be somebody watching somebody else that is lost. For instance, if you've ever lived in a big city or you've ever been walking through a mall, have you ever seen somebody lost and looking for directions like this? You're from that city and you looking at that person, they standing out like a sore thumb, and you want to help them because you know if they keep looking up at the buildings and looking around and looking for street signs, they're going to get jacked and robbed. So you go over as a kind citizen and say, hey, listen, hey, what you looking for? You need to stop looking up like that. You need to stop spinning your head around like that. You're a sitting duck. See that dude on that corner? See that dude in that building? See that dude in that alley? They all watching you because they know you're lost. Where are you supposed to be? I'm supposed to meet my group at the Marriott Hotel. Look, that's around the corner. Go to the end and make a left. That's the Marriott. Go and don't look back. That's me. It's one thing to see a lost person. You ever been in the mall and saw a lost child? You ever been in a grocery store or department store and seen a lost child? And your heart goes out to that lost child, and you really want to help that child find their parent before a freak gets them, right? That's exactly how I feel. It's one thing to be lost, to be the lost tourist, to be the lost child. And it's a whole nother on watching somebody that is lost. It's disheartening and it's sad and it's gut-wrenching because you want the best for them. Some lost people like being lost. With that being said, Lead Farmer 73. I love you. Please be safe. Prepare yourself for whatever is coming because something is coming. I hate saying that because I sound like on the outer limits, you know, or Ron Sterling on the damn Twilight Zone only in the Twilight Zone because something is happening. But everybody want to be so, you want to turn a blind eye to the truth so bad. I've never seen anything like this. Never in my life. Don't attempt to fix your television set. Remember that? Anybody old as me? Don't affix to adjust the horizontal. We control the horizontal. We control the vertical. Do not attempt to adjust your television set because we control the outer limits. Y'all might not be old enough to remember anything I just said. That's how I feel like I am right now. I'm going to tell you, I feel like I'm in that episode of the Twilight Zone when the man seen the monster on the wing. I feel like I'm the dude on the plane on the Twilight Zone and keep seeing the monster on the wing. And I'm screaming, y'all see that? I keep telling the world, I keep getting on the social media. Y'all see what I see? Am I the only one keep seeing this? Right? And everybody walking through life like I'm the one that's crazy. Land farmer, plant your own food, grow your own, eat your own. Prep for an emergency, prep for storms. I feel like I keep seeing that thing on the plane. And he just ain't out there tearing up the wing. That thing is out there on the plane wing, twerking, doing the moonwalk. Latest TikTok dance. I'm like, do y'all see this? Every time I open the shutter and try to show y'all, like, Led, I think you need some rest, bro. I don't see nothing. You don't see that. This thing is out here on the wing. How many years have I been doing this? Talking about stuff happening politically, weather-wise, and everything. And everybody keep on acting like they don't believe it. What's what's not to believe about changes in the weather? No matter who or what is controlling it. Why don't people believe the weather is different? I'm eating an orange in October. That's insane. I'm not able to eat my oranges until at least the end of November. Everything is different. But nobody wants to actually think, just sit and think about it. I'm going to tell you this too. Maybe it's just me. Again, I'm opening the shutter. Have you noticed that the trees, leaves are turning yellow? I'm talking to the southerners now because I know in the north it's normal. My southerners, have you noticed how the trees have start turning yellow sooner this year? They was turning yellow last month. Am I the only one? I'm not talking about just in South Carolina because I've been to Georgia, I've been to South Carolina, I've been to Florida and North Carolina. I've been to Kentucky and Tennessee. Have you noticed that the leaves started turning yellow last month in the beginning of August, right after July? Right after July. People was raking leaves last month. Said start noticing it in Northern California too. But don't nobody want to believe it. The winds are changing. Yes, they are. I will agree with that 100%. Nobody want to believe it. So my point is this: prepare for any and everything. That's all I can say. Does anybody have any suggestions for a good freeze dryer? What company would you go with? How many people own a freeze dryer right now? How many people own a freeze dryer? Guava. How many people own a freeze dryer? Oh man. All right, for everybody that own a freeze dryer, what brand? Harvest, right? Tell me y'all brands. I'm about to get one. I'm finally about to just go for broke and get one. You saw that, JD? Hurt my heart. So a sister looking now. I'm about to go broke and get one. I ain't lying, I am. I know I'm waiting till the camera go off so I'm gonna rinse it off. That ain't this ground ain't no dirtier than them dirty gloves I was eating with. May need to put a seal around the door of the Harvest Right. Give me another brand besides the Harvest Right that somebody owns, not just because you've seen it. I'ma eat it. I'll rinse it off when a Bass Pro Shop. It's a good place. Yep, this is mine. Nothing? All right. Well, I'm gonna do some research and I'm gonna mess around and get me one. But I want to say thank you to everybody for sitting here, watching me eat a little food. Keep your eye out. I'll let y'all know when the food is there to harvest. I mean to purchase, because I will be selling. I will be selling the persimmons, because ain't no way I'm gonna be able to eat all of them. I can't preserve all of them. Nothing. So everybody, please. What's up, bro? You can just set it there, man. And thank you, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask her. Homestead Heart, and if somebody else got one too. Uh, 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 uh. I keep. Who is that else that got the doggone? Who else, y'all? Somebody in this community. Somebody else got a freeze dryer. Sherry and Bobby. Sherry and Bobby. I could not think of that to save my life because I was going to buy one. I was going to purchase one through them. Okay, right. Black's Tropical Homestead. Right, right. I'm sitting here like it's somebody I know. It's somebody is my friend, and I couldn't think of their name. Black Tropical Homestead. Homestead Heart, Black Tropical Homestead. I know them personally. I'm gonna have to ask them more questions because I can't not have this thing no more. How many people? How many people want to see what the food inside of those boxes I got from what's the name? I'm gonna cook some of that food. I want to cook it and see what it tastes like. See if it's okay. Inside of those emergency survival kits, I'm gonna cook some of that so we can see what it's really hitting like. I know it's for survival and it ain't supposed to be at Chez Pierre's, but I still want to make sure I ain't gonna puke, right? I'm gonna let y'all go real quick. Let me get out of here. I hear my dog barking now. Everybody, please enjoy your day. Enjoy yourself. Please be safe and be kind to others. All right? And know yourself. Figure who you are. Figure out who you are before you go out in the world. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Figure out who you are. So many people are walking around lost, just lost, right? Anyway, with that being said, Live Farmer 73. I love y'all, and I'm out. Peace. Look at it. Look at it. 3 brand new trees. And all you gotta do is do a chili dog method air layer and get 3 new trees. That is what you're looking at right now is over $300. All day you gonna pay for that. And let's not forget the 4 that I took off over here. That's 7 trees. 7. $700. I bought this tree for $497.